You guys, you know what I realized? Sorry, it's so habitual. I'm like, what? It's in the background. But oh wait, first thing I realized, chicken nuggets for breakfast, valid move. It's very, very good, and um yeah. But what did I realize? Mm, time moves slow and I get sorbo. I like this song a lot. So, my lens seems out of focus. Even though it doesn't. My issue is, I don't like going to the club or whatever, because all the people that convince you to go are gonna be the ones that don't freaking dance. They're gonna be like, come with, come with, come with. Let's get dressed and be cute. And I'm like, yes, let's get dressed and be cute. But are we gonna go there and stand the whole time? And then my social battery gets so worn out. Because you know what I realized? My social battery doesn't get worn out if I don't act like I like things that I don't. Like, for the first time ever, whenever I went to go hang out with one of my dear friends, and keep in mind, this is a dear friend. I did not like the conversation that was being had because, is this a dear friend? This is a dear friend. It is. It actually, I don't want to say dear friend. This is an acquaintance that I'm looking to promote to a dear friend. But a lot of the conversation at hand kind of was not my favorite thing ever. And I didn't sit there acting like I enjoyed it. Like, I feel like a lot of the time I'm a yes man because of like habitual answers. Also, what I realize is anytime I smoke weed, I become a yes man. I smoke weed, I'm like, yeah, you know? So I'm like, okay, I think it is a good idea. Especially whenever I'm hanging out with an acquaintance. I think I only like to be, well, no, it's a good idea whenever I'm hanging out with an acquaintance to not smoke weed so that I can be more, like, so that I can actively be a participant in deciding what access they are meant to have in my life. Because I made the decision, but I wasn't ready to actually make that change in the moment because I was fried sitting on the couch like, what? But I'm like, also, anytime I bribe, it takes away my capacity to a degree. To a degree. I used to be like, oh, I get fried and insightful. Real life, I get fried and I'm like, what is life? Which is great. But like, if I am in the presence of people I'm not able to have like emotionally conducive conversations with, I'm just a yes man. I actually wasn't being a yes man this time. Because it was so starkly something that I didn't like, that I was like, just sitting there. And I was like, I follow. Like, I follow the story, but I don't. Am I revealing too much information? I think I'm being so vague, but to the point that it's like, oh, nose on the hammer on the nose. Hit it right on the nose. Bullseye. Whatever. What do they say? Whatever they say. You know what they say. I was like, oh, awesome. Wait, what was I saying? Oh, damn it, you guys. Oh, wait, I started giving myself a tattoo yesterday. I didn't finish because my friend, my dear friend, my dear friend came over. I need to stop freaking. I was like, oh my god, is my forehead all bunched? I don't give a fuck if it is all bunched. That's a what am I saying? What am I saying? Maybe this chicken nuggets got me fucked up. I'm talking about chicken nuggets Bible breakfast. Whole time I could barely get 2 words out. But but I'm like, that's a sign of a life well lived. If I do have eyebrow, whatever the fuck it's called, because I'm like, I refuse to get Botox because it gets everyone snatched up like, hey, you know, and it also just looks bad. Actually, that's not true because, well, no, that's not true. I don't want to say, I feel like shaming something or the manifestation of a larger issue is not going to help ameliorate that issue. It literally just makes the people that did a certain thing feel ashamed. My belief on Botox is that it kind of I feel like any body alteration process that isn't a restorative one, or like something that like, okay, that was too much. Okay. It's so early. It is not early. It is 11 in the p.m. Why did I wake up so late? Okay. I need to apply to some jobs. I need to find a roommate and I need to clean. Okay. I'm glad I got that out on the floor. I've been saying the same. Okay, stop it. Ah! Okay. Okay. Now I'm getting freaked out. Let me just eat this damn chicken and move on with my day. I love the duck lips lately. Like, it's like anything confusing or anything, even if you don't know where to end a sentence, just, what? It is so much fun. Also, oh, that reminds me, I have to do laundry because this is my last bra. And by bra, I mean my last bikini that I can wear as a bra. People are like, when did you decide to do that little halter movement? It's so cute. I'm like, oh, thank you so much. I'm not diligent with my laundry and my household chores. I made this really nasty chai yesterday, and it kind of broke my heart because chai is something that I like continually crave. And it also broke my heart because I like being able to serve things to my friend. And I made some, and I was like, I can't feasibly, like, I cannot, in good conscience, allow you to drink this. But we were both sitting there fucking it up anyways. I was like, oh yeah, but it was not so fun actually. I had so much fun actually yesterday. It was like a marathon link. It was like 11, almost 10 hours, or 11, almost 12 hours. Which is the best thing ever. I feel like marathon links are literally only possible if the basis of the link at first is to lock in. Because after we get done our lock-in, after we get done with our ball out, it's like we just talk and sit there and gab it up. But because the precedent was already set for us to be doing our own thing, it makes it so much easier. Like if we just weren't to have each other's presence, but we don't have a conversational capacity in that moment, it's like we're just sitting and chilling out together, you know? Like that is what like platonic intimacy is to me. And oh my gosh, what makes me kind of like, wait. This makes me very happy. I feel like growing up, like none of my friends were like big huggers and none of them were like really big on like, I don't know, like physical intimacy. So I love that in this stage of my life, a lot of my friends like to cuddle and stuff like that. Or like, if we're like laying down together, they'll like lay their legs on mine or I'll lay my legs on theirs. And it's like, it was like so nice. And it's moments like that, like, I feel like physical intimacy is like it's like a fundamental human need. But I don't feel that all intimacy is meant to be found in relationships. I feel like that is kind of a recipe for disaster. I don't want to say a recipe for disaster because I'm sure that some people that do find all facets of intimacy in their relationship are well in the world. But I feel like in the day and age where it's like, if you are physically intimate with, that's why I feel like a lot of men are sad. I feel like a lot of them struggle to have like all facets of intimacy in anything other than a relationship. And not even any shade to men. I feel like that is kind of part of like, I don't know. how people promote manhood. And it's sad to me because I'm like, I feel like that is something that everyone deserves. Like to be able to like be held and to be touched and to be cared about, if that's something that you want for yourself. I think that that is something that everyone deserves to have. So I really try to make an effort to like hug my guy friends and stuff like that. And like, I don't know, really like check in with them a lot of the time because I'm like, I don't know that anyone else is doing this for you. I don't know that every night whenever you go to sleep, you feel comfortable, you feel cared about, you feel like the people in your life care about you for who you are to yourself. So I really try to make it an effort to like show everyone in my life, regardless of gender, regardless of social stratification, of course, what they mean to me. Because I'm like, I love you dearly. You are my dear friend. You are my you are my like a dear, dear, dear friend. So yeah. It makes me really, really sad because a couple of my guy friends, that's why I don't really like the whole rhetoric of like, this actually has always been very abrasive to me. People, like, this actually is kind of scary and abrasive. How people are like, oh, the men's suicide rate is high, let's raise it, let's make it higher. And I'm like, that's not like actually funny at all because it's like, it makes me really scared and sad because I'm like, I have like, I don't know. Yeah, it just makes me really, really upset. And I feel like the thing that I really value about like being like queer is the fact that like for so long, for like almost all of my life, I have really only examined my friendships with men in the sense of like, you are a dear friend. I want to be able to experience you. I want to be experienced. Basically, just like, yeah. Like, how I evaluate all my friends is about how I evaluate my male friends. So I feel like it's given me a really unique opportunity to like just observe a lot of things very objectively, which is nice because now I'm so aware of the fact that like a lot of the rhetorics that are being spread, I understand the like I understand from afar what the thought is going into that, but it's like in the same breath, I feel like social media and a lot of different things kind of have just like eradicated so many people's ability to understand people on an individual level. Like imagine literally being like a foot off the edge, having the worst fucking day ever. Literally, not even just the worst fucking day ever, but like you're like, I don't know that life is worth living. Literally, so many things are happening. I feel so undervalued in all my interpersonal relationships. I feel undervalued to myself. I feel undervalued in society. A lot of these different things, especially there's so many marginalized. I'm like, there are, I don't know, but and then seeing, let's get it higher. Let's get it higher. Not to say that that would make somebody be like, I'm gonna kill myself, but like, what if? You know, what if? What if? And then that coupled with the fact that a lot of men struggle to find that intimacy. That's why I'm like, I'm a big proponent on telling men, advising men to be comfortable in, like, that's why it really, really gets me whenever, because, like, yeah, whenever, like, women, especially straight women, will make all the jokes, will be like, oh, you're gay, you're gay, you're gay. For anything that they do that, like, is prioritizing a friend or taking care of a friend's heart or having their heart taken care of by a friend. I'm like, you guys are literally stigmatizing men finding the actual relationships that they need to develop like intimacy outside of their romantic relationships. Like it is scary because I'm like, oh, I don't know. There's a lot to be said about this. And like, I feel like it has made me really, as much as it kind of was a shock in this phase of my life to kind of like find my actual comfort with like attraction to men, I'm like, I feel very well equipped for that now. because I feel like I'm very aware of a lot of different things now because I got a chance to observe them from an outside looking in without like a romantic or sexual bias. And I feel now that like, yeah, I feel like I have a lot of, also because by approaching a lot of my friendships with men by setting strict boundaries with like sexual or romantic anything, like making it so that like, yeah, it's like, hey, that's not that. I feel like I've been able to hold so many of the hearts of my guy friends and like grow to understand, yeah, what they want out of their lives, who they are, all those things. So I feel like this sounds like, oh, I'm the men whisperer, what? But that's not the case. But it's like, I feel so happy to be able to understand people. I feel like my big thing is like my goal for my lifetime, my goal for any of my lifetimes is to leave it with knowing as many people for who they are to themselves, knowing their moral culture, what they want out of their lives, like all of those different things. All of those different things. And I feel so grateful that I have an opportunity, that I had an opportunity to do that. And I was able to grow a lot through that, and that I can continually do that because I set, yeah, because I know how to approach that now without any like bias based off of like personal motive other than like the motive for that lifetime goal to be accomplished. So I think that's really cool. And yeah, just take care of your guy friends. Not take care of in the way that like, oh, you have to mother them, because I have been chopped into the mother scheme a couple times and I kind of had to cut that off. I had to cut that off, which sucked because I'm like, oh, that's a dear friend, but I'm like, I already have a lot of emotional labor to do for myself. I care about you dearly, but whenever I care about, yeah, being able to use myself as a resource for anyone in my life, that means that I have to check in with myself and say, hey, bitch, you chill? And if the answer is no, I'm not going to keep going. There's literally something on my wall. Everything on my wall is meant to remind me of like a message that I need to tell myself, or just like something that like, yeah, is like super awesome. So this one says, if it is, then all is well. If not, then we had better change direction. And I had changed direction. And then this one says, I like who I am, I like what I do. I do like what I am, I like what I do. And I'm just like that guy because I sit at the table and I have some flowers sometimes and I paint a lot of the time, which is really cool. And then this one says, when the night bus arrives at the stop and the night ones get off. And that's me at the bus stop. That one's more just like a, hey, you know, just a chill raw vibe. But I love, oh, damn it, my room's messy again. Okay, whatever. Yeah, I have cherries downstairs. I forgot about that. I have cherries downstairs. And, oh, I kind of want to go to the library today. I can go to the books. Oh, I don't have any money for any books. That's the worst feeling ever. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. I can go to the bookstore. Like, hey, you know. And then I'm like, what? That is so sad. Whatever. Yeah. But, I really want to find a job at an auto mechanics. I keep saying that, and I just haven't done anything with it yet. And I really feel inclined to. I feel like right now, yeah, I need to use this next, like, okay. I feel like there's a lot of goals. What is that at all? What is any of that, actually? What is all of that? What the fuck? Wait, what even is that? Wait, what? Wait, what? Damn it. What the fuck is that? Damn. Wait. That doesn't look right at all. Oh, that looks quite bad actually. Well, wait, how did that even happen? How did that shake out? I love that. Shake out. It's a shake out. And it's a shake out. I'm glad I didn't smoke any weed yesterday. I had a lot of things to do. I didn't really get any of them done, but I feel like it would have made me so sad if I knew that I took away my own ability to get them done. Instead, I spent time with a dear friend, which was a good idea, but I wish I had used my time differently. But basically, I'm like, even if I waste my whole day, if I don't smoke weed, I can still tell myself that even if I didn't show it for myself the way that I wanted to, I didn't stand in my own way of success. So now I'm just like, okay, I could just restructure my day today and make it so that I do the things that I would need to do, that I want to do. I will do that. That will be awesome. That will be a good time. And I will get those things done. I started this tattoo, but I didn't finish it at all. Do I finish this tonight? Tomorrow? Jeez, you guys. I need to get more stick and poke needles, and I have like only the small ones. And stick and pokes have been hurting me a lot lately. I'm like, I don't even know. Do I like tattooing still? I do. It's a really hard thing. A really hard thing to realize that I don't like some things that I used to love. Even though it brings me peace to stop forcing myself to like them, it makes me really sad because it's like, oh, that's reminiscent of a past life. Like, that's not my current preference anymore. And like, it's a symbol of progression, so I'm thankful for it. And not to say that I'm done with tattoos, because I think right now, like, yeah, it did hurt a lot, but I think that was just because of the placement, A, and B, because I had too thin of a needle, and I don't think that that's going to turn me off of it forever. But it's sad, because the other day, I stopped wearing the one necklace, if you guys noticed, because it broke. Which I see jewelry breaking as symbolic, and I always kind of take it with a stride because I think that's incredible. But that necklace had actually broke before, and I had fixed it because I was like, it is so something that I always have, and something that I so deeply, yeah, care about, that I'm always and forever gonna wear it. And I took it off. And I took it off. And not to be like, oh, my world turned upside down, but like, that was really significant for me. That was really significant because that marked like the whole past year of my life, and a lot happened in the past year. And I feel like it's kind of just like a reminder that like time is always moving, and like things are always happening. And yeah, things are always happening. That's a hard thing to kind of like find comfort with, but I feel like I'm gonna have to start making a more deliberate effort to also like tell myself like, or to also, oh, hold that significance to whenever I start new things. Like, what did I do that was new? Oh, like, when was it? This Sunday, I hung out with someone in my room for the first time ever, which I don't do. Don't do. Well, first time ever in this room. At home, like, non-college home, I always used to hang out with people. I only used to hang out with people in my room. So that was kind of cool. It was really scary. Not really scary in the way that I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get axe murdered. But scary in the way that it's like stepping into someone's room, stepping into someone's house at all is like seeing the things that they interact with on a day-to-day basis, seeing the life that they live through the things that they have. Um, and that's always been a scary thing for me because I've always struggled with organization. And I feel like I really had a lot of insecurity for a while about my mental organization as well. So it made me really nervous for people to see my room because I'm afraid that any imperfection um, is going to be like held against me, not in a way where people are going to be like, you suck and your room is dirty. But more in the way where people will be like, like, I don't even know how to describe it. I don't know what that means to me yet, actually. But long story short, it always really freaked me out. So I like in this stage of my life the fact that I'm refamiliarizing myself with a lot of things that I kind of like barred off for a while. Um, yeah, I don't know, but it's cool. What else have I done recently? Oh, for the first time in my adult life, 3 months ago, I wore a purse. And then I did it again like 2 weeks ago. And then I did it again 2 times this week. So that's 4 times in my adult life I've worn a purse. That was really exciting. Um, what else? Um, the hand shares that I always saw on Facebook for like all the scams and everything before I moved here, I ended up getting them and I absolutely love them and they are so awesome to me. They are so awesome and they're actually really comfy. What else? Oh my gosh, I finally started painting in my adult life. Literally in the past year, I started painting. That has been excessively exciting to me because always I've been like, oh, I don't paint, oh, I don't draw, I don't know, oh, I don't XYZ. Whole time, I do. But of course, it's not conventional. And I feel like that was actually a really exciting milestone for me because it was like, I don't have to paint what people imagine whenever like they're thinking of what people paint, whatever the words are, for me to paint, you know? Do you know? Did that make any sense? I don't really know or care. But I don't know, that was kind of like a cool epiphany to have. And one that I also, yeah, one that I really, really appreciated because I'm like, I deserve to be able to legitimize my hobbies just for the fact that they bring me happiness and just for the fact that they bring me happiness. So that's pretty cool. Um, Also, oh, this is a big milestone. The style of underwear that I've worn for like the past 2 years, um, I don't like it anymore. Over the past, wow, that is my first time saying that fully and out loud. I don't like it anymore. I don't like it anymore. Whoa. I don't like it anymore. I don't like it anymore. That's crazy. Wow. Oh, oh, and beat up pop and I, oh, also, I always had want to go busking whenever I was younger. And literally a month ago, my dear friend and I just went busking because we were bored. It's things like those that make me realize I'm living the life that I always wanted to live. And any way that it varies from whenever I was younger are things that I can stand by. So it's not a fear really that I have anymore of things not going to plan, because I'm like, I'm here and I'm happy and I'm fulfilled and I have dear friends. That makes me happy. Wait, let me think about my dear friends. It makes me happy that I don't fear legitimacy anymore. Literally just 6 months ago, not even 6 months ago, like 3 months ago, I had really feared being like, I don't even know. Well, honest with people about what they meant to me. Because I was like, the last thing I want is to freak somebody out and for someone to be like, oh, they call me their dear friend. We're only acquainted. Whole time, I trust myself to know where I stand with somebody now because we have conversations of that sort. I don't stray away from talking about those things because I can be legitimate with people now. Like, if someone is not my dear friend, I'm like, we are just acquainted, but I would love to get to know you better. Or these are the differences, the fundamental differences that we have that I feel like are, yeah, like, I don't know, the reasons for the level of access that you have in my life and for the level of access that I have in your life. And it not even like in an abrasive way if someone doesn't hold like, yeah, like the closest social positioning. It's not like, oh, you fucking suck. It's like, it's literally just like, we can hold conversations about who we are to each other. And then if we want that to change, we can like talk and we can reveal vulnerabilities about ourselves and get to know each other better on like a different level than we had known before. Like, I don't fear legitimacy anymore. I can say that actually for a fact. I also literally, it pains me to lie in any way that is not to someone that I will never meet. Like, even then, I'm like, I'm just not gonna do that. Because the only reason I'm saying not to someone I'll ever meet is like fucking anything with the government. Like, anytime I have to, like, oh, sign up for something or whatever. Not even lie in the, like, yeah, that sounds actually terrible. But, like, lie in the way that, like, um, with my fucking parking tickets. I'm like, oh, sorry. You know? But like now, like I won't even tell people a white lie. If I'm somewhere, like my dear friend asked me to go to the symphony yesterday. Oh my gosh, we're going. I went to the symphony in my adult life. I didn't end up going with my dear friend, but I went to the symphony like a month ago. But my dear friend was like, "Do you want to go to the symphony?" And I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm spending time with a dear friend right now, but please put me in the know next time." Instead of being like, "What would I have been like?" I don't know. But it was just really cool. It was really cool. And it was like really symbolic to me because I feel like my whole childhood I spent kind of like just lying. I spent my whole childhood lying. I was always, always, always afraid that whatever I was doing was not right or was not good enough or was not just, yeah, like what somebody else had wanted it to be. So I spent a lot of time being disingenuine with other people, well, with my family, which translated to like a lot of my friendships, and a lot of just like interactions. Like it would be small things, and now I'm like, I don't feel compelled to do that anymore. Even if I find myself in like a compulsory response where someone's like, "Oh, do you know like this movie or that movie?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then if I realize, oh, I literally just lied through my teeth, because sometimes it's literally just habitual, not even like on some like subconscious bullshit either. It's literally just like, oh, I wasn't thinking about it and I said it. Like I will literally be like, oh, I don't know why I said that. I have never seen that a day in my life. Instead of just like continuing with it. It's like, yeah, that's not a morally incorrect thing to do if I would just continued with it for like the hell of it. To be like, oh, whatever, like this is like, I don't know, such a nuanced thing that it really doesn't matter. Like, yeah, like I'm just gonna roll with it because it doesn't matter for me to correct it. It doesn't matter for me to correct it, but I'm like, the exciting thing about being alive is that everyone can know who I am for who I am. And I want, yeah, I want every part of people being able to experience me to be actually who I am. Like, yeah. Like, I feel like a lot of the kind of feelings of like inadequacy have kind of been ameliorated through this, because it's like people that I know or don't know, if they're referencing something, because I'm very, very insecure about the fact that I don't know like anything pop culture really, because I like grew up under a freaking rock. But um, I'm like, people aren't gonna just look at me like I'm crazy, or like they're not gonna not want to talk to me just because I don't understand this reference or that reference. I can indulge in people's interests as an outsider. I don't have to know everything that people are talking about. I can take that as a learning experience and learn what something means through the lens of someone that is passionate about that thing. And I think that that makes it so much more exciting to be able to hear from it from someone who's like, oh yeah, no, this is my jam, instead of being like, oh no, I get it, you know. And then the whole time I'm sitting there confused, and they're trying to have a conversation with me, and I miss out on a possible connection because I was illegitimate. So I'm like, oh no, I have no clue what that is, but I would love to hear it from you, because it seems like that is something that you are really interested in. And I love hearing about things that people are interested in, because it makes it so much better to learn about. So yeah, I just love the fact that I am like a very honest person in this stage of my life. um, I'm still, I still do kind of struggle to communicate my boundaries unless the conversation that we're having is like if people, I love whenever people ask me about them, especially in contexts where they don't show up. That shows me that someone has interest in being my dear friend. Whenever they ask me about my boundaries before they show up, like yesterday, um, the person who came over, once again, my dear friend, was asking me a lot of different questions that I've never been asked outside of the context that they would have arisen in. So it was a really cool thing because I got to explain so many things about myself that I wouldn't have had a chance to ever talk about with that person, because we probably wouldn't have encountered a lot of those things in our friendship to come. So it was really cool. It was really freaking cool. And I love hanging out with people that talk more about concepts than about like things that are happening. I don't want to say things that are happening as in like fuck the news, but more like shit talking way. Because I'm like, oh, I love whenever people talk about things going on in the world outside of ourselves. That's basically what I mean. Like in the world outside of ourselves, whether it be like happening, no, because then that also does include shit talking. But in the world outside of ourselves, outside of shit talking, because I think shit talk, it genuinely makes me so upset. It used to be my oh my god, it used to be my jam, but now I'm like, it makes me upset. Um, I can get more into that in a different time, but I don't feel like talking about that right now. It just makes me really pissed off. Um, but yeah, yeah. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna. Oh Jesus Christ! I think I'm gonna see if someone wants to pull up. But yeah. Oh, I am so cute lately. Wait, hey, hey. Can't even see me the whole time. Okay, bye, you guys.